Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. In today's video, we'll be setting up my weekly spread for the week of September 7th through 13th. All right, guys, so for this week, we're going to do something very similar. I sort of like this vertical dashboard kind of style, and I'm referring to Happy Planner. So we're going to do something similar, but it won't look exactly the same. And so for what I'm going to do for the month or for the week is I'm going to lay out some of the color. And I know it's going to look like we're doing exactly what we did before, but it is going to be slightly different. And I think that is the absolute best thing about a bullet journal. Because I don't know about you, but I can get bored quite easily of just a pre-made layout. And I did the color first because this is not a waterproof pen, and so if I did this first and then the color, it would smear. If it was a quick drying waterproof, which I believe these Sarasas are, then I wouldn't have to take that step. And then I'm going to make boxes. And yep, I'm just going to freehand it, because I like the look of it and because it's just much faster. Now, if this kind of freewheeling haphazard style is not your style, then of course you could measure it out and make sure that everything lines up perfectly. But this is exactly the kind of thing that I enjoy, because I don't need this to be perfect. I just want to give it a designated space, and because all I'm going to be doing in this is just doing some journaling, it doesn't need to be a certain width. If I were trying to incorporate stickers or whatnot, then having those unequal lines could be problematic. Or, I mean, not again. if you plan like I do, it wouldn't be a problem. But I know for some, just having the williness, nilly-williness, I know there's a phrase, but I can't think of it right now, would just drive you bonkers. So that's the first half of the week. Yeah, that's how I did it here. Or the week could go this way. I haven't decided yet. And I'm hoping by doing it like this, you guys can see that it really is a simple thing to put together, or it can be. I mean, it can be as ornate or as simple as you either want it or need it. But just like in Happy Planner World, I think sometimes there is the impression that it should be difficult, or it should be ornate, or it should be a certain way, because that's what people tend to depict on their channels. But I'm pretty sure that there are a lot more people who don't have channels, either in Happy Planner World, Erin Condren World, Bullet Journal World, who don't post things, who don't do what you would believe is what everyone is doing, because you've seen it in a video or you've seen it on Facebook. And so while I'm pretty sure your mainstream bullet journalers here on the platform would super cringe about having something like this, not having it pre-planned out. I mean, I don't know that people in real life whose how do I say this? For the ones that you see here on YouTube, I can't help but think that being on YouTube and it might being, if not their main source of income, a significant source of income, that it would behoove them to do ornate, beautiful spreads because it gets the views, it gets the likes, it gets the shares. And I mean, it is an aesthetic that is, for me, I like to watch the videos because they're relaxing, but in no way, shape, or form do I feel that I need to replicate that. I've seen some where it looks like artwork that you could put on your wall. It doesn't mean I need to do that, or it doesn't mean that I want to do that. Now, I could certainly sit down and I could map things out and I could put things in Pestle and do a fast forward aesthetic spread for you guys. But one, that would drive me batty because I hate pre-planning. I hate it. But also, it wouldn't suit my needs. So why would I do that? And sometimes I don't want to say the voice of reason because it gives it too much importance, but I just like to show you an alternate way that it can be functional, it can be pretty, it doesn't need to be so ornate, and it certainly doesn't need to be perfect. So yeah, I guess we're gonna go this way. Thursday, 9/10, Friday, 9/11. Here in the States, that's Patriots Day. Monday was Labor Day. It's actually Wednesday the 9th that I'm filming this. Saturday, 9/12. Sunday, 9/13. And this week. And here is where I'll put a summation of everything that happened for the week. And then like I did in that other video or other spread, I'm just going to put a little smudge right here. Because I do like to use this space for breakfast and for lunch. I want to remind myself that I am taking notes or doing the journaling in the Muji pen so that it stays consistent. And as much as I like color on the page, I always seem to default to writing out in black. I don't know why. I mean, I could certainly write in any of these Sarasa colors, but my default tends to always be in black. I actually use more color when I am writing for work. Luckily, there's no rules. I have been in jobs where you could only use black or blue ink. And so maybe that's why when I'm at work, because I know I can use other colors, I do. Because for most of the time I have been working, that was not an option. Now, I usually only film breakfast and lunch, and on the weekends it's a bit dodgy depending on when I get up, or sometimes on the weekends I just tend to skip breakfast and just eat lunch and then start my meals from that point, and I don't always film it, but I like putting it here just because it's consistent. I don't need to put it here. And then I want to show you how easy it is to put those rosemary sprigs together. Again, I did watch a video from Shada Campbell on how to do this, and I like the messiness of it, but as you can see, you just put your line down, and you can put as many as you want, and then you just make really thin leaves. Now, I don't know if anyone would know that this is rosemary had you just looked at it, but I like bringing the element from the cover page throughout the spread. I really like how it looks, And it's really simple to put together, just like Mr. Poops was for last month. And I do enjoy doodling. I really do. And I could choose to do something more ornate, but for me, and I've mentioned this in other videos, I love the look of writing on a page. For me, this is actually part of the decoration in my bullet journal, just like this is part of seeing just the girls and a single word. That's part of the decoration for me. So I'm getting all of the decorative aspect that I enjoy, because I am definitely a decorative planner, but I'm also seeing all of the writing on the page, which I also enjoy. Now you would think that because these are so close that I would do this differently, but no, we're just going to overlap and it's going to end up looking a bit muddled, and I kind of like that. And just like that, that's how easy it is to put that decoration on the page. If you're interested, I would definitely, if you're interested in adding doodles to your planner, whether it's a bullet journal or just your regular Happy Planner, Erin Condren, whatever, YouTube is a great resource. You can just put easy doodles in the search bar, and then the videos generally are very relaxing. And also it shows you that it's a lot easier than you think. Now this might look horrible to you guys, but it ties in every single page for the month, which is good. In my Happy Planner, Happy Nietzsche, that's actually not a thing. In here, I like that it's a thing. I don't want the weeks to look exactly the same, but I do want some commonality throughout the month in a bullet journal. For me, that just makes sense. Now, whether the commonality is through colors or designs like that, that's really up to me. Next week, the spread could look completely different, but so long as I'm using the same colors and the same pens, I think it'll still be cohesive. And I don't know why, because I didn't even think about it until just now, but I like that for my bullet journal. For my Happy Nietzsche Saturday videos, usually I'm picking a theme for the month, but it could be colors, it could be design styles. This month it's girls and flowers, but that doesn't mean every week the spread's going to look the same or have the same colors. So it's interesting. It's a different level of control that I'd never really thought of. Anyway, that is the setup for this week. Again, I do have a little bit of catch up to do, but that's fine. I know exactly what I want to put for these days, and since this is still fairly new, it will jog my memory of what actually happened those days. And yes, there is no rhyme or reason. I'm just taking up space and putting down stickers. So 1 starts there, 9 is here, and then all the rest of the days are, just jumbled up. Again, it doesn't matter. It's for me. I will be doing another video. I don't know if I'll be doing it right after this one or later on tonight, but I'm going to also set up next week's month or weekly setup. And hopefully that'll help keep me on track so that I don't fall into a situation like I did mid-August, where I didn't find the time to even come in here, much less set up the rest of the month. And I know for some people that would just make them not want to come back to it because now you've got gaps. For me, paper is paper, so I'll finish up here. I know why I didn't finish, and I'll just start new. All right, guys, I'd love to know what you think of this setup, and that's it for me. If you are liking this content, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the like button, and sharing this on your favorite platforms, as it does help my channel grow. All right, guys, that's it for me for now, and as always, aloha.